What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk about SoFi. I want to talk about their upcoming shareholder meeting on July the 12th. And no, I do not want to talk about the reverse split. I want to talk on point number 4. And oddly enough, a lot of people are not talking about this, and this is a very big deal. But before I get into any of that, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. I greatly appreciate that. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that, let's get right to it. So you can see the live ticker to my left while I am ranting. 10.5 million as far as overall volume, down roughly about 1%. Average volume is 52.8 million, and as far as block volume, there's 1.5 million shares being purchased by institutions and hedge funds just today alone. So today is a little bit abnormal. Our volume is a lot lower than what we're used to, but hopefully that will change by the end of the day. But getting right to it though, I just want to give a quick hats off to Anthony Noto. He did buy more. So you can see 21,750 shares at a price of $6.89. I know a lot of you don't necessarily like him or follow him or anything like that, but you can't argue with the fact that he's buying and backing up and supporting SoFi significantly. So again, I really do like that. But getting right to it though, just want to show you this. So in case you guys do not know, I'd highly suggest you reading through the notice to shareholders. Goes over everything that they're going to be touching on. I am going to be talking on obviously point number 4, like I already mentioned. Point number 5 has been beaten to death. A lot of people are talking about the reverse split. I already did do a video on that. So if you're looking for the no BS kind of video, just definitely take a look at that. It goes over everything you need to know. But I do want to talk about point number 4. So proposal number 4, it is about the stock incentive program. So I am a very strong believer in that. As far as incentivizing employees to get there, you need good skilled labor to do that. And especially as well, there's been a lot of big banks losing a lot of employees to fintech. So looking right here, it does go to say that Goldman Sachs and HSBC has been losing a lot of employees to fintech. And it does look like right here, Goldman Sachs did lose roughly about 37 employees between January 2020 and April 2022, 18 of which to SoFi. So clearly we are getting a lot of good skilled labor over there, but in order for us to keep that and maintain that, you need a good incentive program. So again, I'm just going to pop back over here. I highly suggest, again, this is the second time I'm saying this, highly suggest reading this, all the fine print, because this is where you find the nitty gritty, everything you need to know. But I'm going to touch on section number 5, so scroll all the way down, section number 5, and as far as point D, I'm going to go over that and what that means for us as investors. On a side note, while I'm finding this, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But section number 5, stock options. So this is where I feel is a big deal, and a lot of people aren't necessarily talking about this. So ultimately, this is not just for executives, this is for general employees as well, and as far as also contractors. So this is a very good kind of maintaining component. And for those of you that don't really know a lot about stock options and that kind of stuff, this is one of the best ways to keep employees, and not only that, it increases performance, and it's actually been proven time and time again. So I really do like this, and a lot of other institutions that do this have a vesting or a lock-in period of roughly 1 year to 3 years, something like that. But when it comes down to SoFi, it is 10 years. That is absolutely insane. That is going to get a lot of skilled labor in and keep them there for a very long time. There's a lot of positive things to come from this. It does obviously, given the price of it, it's not really set as of right now. It does say that the exercise price per share will be ultimately set, obviously in the meeting or afterwards, but it does go to say that it will not be less than 110% of the fair market value. Although 110% is a little bit higher, but given where we are, especially 10 years from now, we're going to be wishing that we bought more at these prices, especially 10 years from now. We're going to be easily 10x, especially more so looking from a retail presence. There's a lot of people starting to really notice SoFi, especially at these levels. So you can see the watch list count has just been going up and up. Clearly, the fact that we're actually taking a lot of employees from big banks, bringing them over because of these incentive programs, our pay, that is where we can make a very big difference, because you need very skilled labor to do the amount of shaking around. Because keep in mind, SoFi is entering into one of the oldest sectors ever, the banking sector, and we're going to be trying to fight them with technology. That is not a easy task, especially we all know there's been a lot of manipulation against SoFi. We have killer earnings, but then we have banks and institutions that come and downgrade us right after. So it's not an easy task to do what we're doing. So this is why we do need very skilled labor, and this is ultimately why I feel number 4 you really need to look for, especially if you are going to be voting on this. I highly suggest you taking a look at this. Although it is going to be costing SoFi a little bit more money, it is still going to be very beneficial, and most likely as well this does not get exercised until 10 years from now, so the dilution is not going to be seen straight away. So take that how you see that, and overall just going to give you some good updates on SoFi. So looking right here as far as short interest, because I like to use this as a good benchmark, they are actually adding 0.87%, which works out to be 3 million shares today. Cost to borrow average is 4.55, so that is starting to go up a little bit. The short score as well is 72.83. I'm just going to quickly pop over to Interactive Brokers and go over some stuff for here. There are some things that you definitely need to know, some events, one of which is upcoming this week, June the 9th. So there is the Piper Sandler. They're going to have a global exchange and brokers conference that SoFi is participating in, and I really do like that. I like the fact that SoFi is participating and now being part of this group, because they are now a chartered bank. They are one of the big boys. And in addition to that, there is also this on June the 15th. SoFi Technologies is going to be at Morgan Stanley US Financials, Payments, and CRE Conference. So this is the second time of them participating in this. I believe this is a semi-annual meeting. So again, this is a good opportunity for SoFi to learn from a lot of the other big banks on what they plan on doing as far as payments and what they're going to be doing, how the regulations are going to be set. In addition to that, while I'm still on Interactive Brokers, I'm just going to show you this. I do a lot of technical analysis with as far as moving averages and other things, but a lot of you do like the Elliott waves. So I'm just going to show you that, and Interactive Brokers does have a good analysis on that. So if you do like Interactive Brokers and a lot of good easy info, definitely just click on them in the description below or in the comments as well. Just play around, has a lot of good information. But if you are a fan of the Elliott wave, it does project that SoFi is going to hit a short-term price of $9.94 to $10.68. So clearly something is in the water, and given where we are at right now at $6.77, a lot of upside potential most likely. As far as this as well, ownership has gone up significantly with SoFi. So looking at the strategic entities, institutions, a lot of big money is getting in. So institutions hold roughly about $2 billion worth of shares, and strategic entities is around $1.2 billion. So like I said, a lot of big things coming, and as far as overall, a lot of good analyst ratings are going to be coming down the pipeline most likely over the next little bit. And the last one, obviously we already know, is Mizuho and Credit Suisse. So let me know your thoughts, all of that in the comments below. I'm just going to quickly pop back over here and go over some options activity. So overall, looking at some options activity hasn't necessarily been the best. It's been kind of mixed. The only big one today was a $6 call with $291,000 worth of a premium. So overall, that is very much bullish. Previously, you can see all the red that is very much bearish options being done, one of which was a very big one, $4.01 million. So clearly a lot of people don't necessarily all know where SoFi is going. Whereas you can see a lot of big money is also entering in on the opposite front. So $15 puts, $8.85 million worth of premiums, $6.67 million as far as premium, and that is a $9 put. And as well, all of this information is available under Unusual Whales. So I do have a link to them in the description below. And also, if you're looking for any short information, Ortex is the way to do it. But overall, let me know your thoughts on this as far as their proposal number 4, because I personally feel this is a very big deal that a lot of people aren't necessarily talking about, whereas they should be. A lot of people are really focusing on this reverse split because the connotation around reverse split is very much negative. So a lot of people are really focusing on that when they should be focusing as well on proposal number 4, bringing skilled labor to SoFi. So let me know your thoughts on that. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. And if you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that said, appreciate you guys watching, and let's all make a lot of money on SoFi.